Hey, everybody. I think we got started just a hair early, but that's all right. And we'll go ahead and get started here. We're actually streaming live on several different places. So if you've got any questions or comments, it may take me a second to get through them because they're all going to come up at the same time. But yeah, I'm Andy with Gyra Token, and we are showcasing Nutra Token. So I'm going to bring in. Are you already here? Let's see. Let's get this away. There he is. Hey, Rodney.
How you doing?
All right. Nutra Token. You've been launched for about a month
About
now.
a month. Yeah, tomorrow will be exactly a month.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'll let you just go ahead and tell people what Gyro Token is about.
You mean my token or your token?
Your token. Oh, I'm sorry. Nutra. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. So Nutraceutical Finance. It is a nutraceutical custom manufacturing project. It's on the Ethereum blockchain. What it is my dad owns a nutraceutical custom manufacturing plant, so I decided to start a project and have that be my main utility. I'm kind of trying to bring nutraceutical manufacturing and the blockchain together. So with Nutra, through the taxes that we have, I'll be manufacturing my own line of supplements, and those all sell online or out on the open market, and that will bring revenue back into my token. But I also offer this service to other projects. They can either use one of my formulas as a white label service, or I can custom manufacture anything that they want. I've been doing this now for me personally 25 years, so I've got 25 years in the industry. My dad's factory's been around for 35 years, and I've custom formulated OTC drugs for clients all over the world. There are actually some pretty big ones. One of them is actually here in St. George, Utah. They've been on Fox News, and I mean, I sign NDAs, so I can't really say what their products are and stuff. But I've got a lot of experience in this, and I figured, cryptocurrency, there's kind of a reoccurring theme all over. There's either tokens that are meme coins, or there's projects that their utility has something to do with cryptocurrency, whether it be a swap or a wallet, whether it be something to do with finances. And so I thought, why not try something different and integrate blockchain technology with the nutraceutical industry? So it's something different that nobody's ever done before. I'm actually the first and only nutraceutical manufacturing project in crypto right now. But it's a start, and I think the meme coin era that we had this past year, um, I think that's going to kind of die out a little bit, and I think more businesses will start to tokenize their company. It's a start, so I'm like I said, like being the first. It's kind of like I'm a pioneer in this part of crypto. I'm trying to do what some pharmaceutical companies are doing with the way that I use blockchain technology into my project. What they're doing is they're using NFTs to kind of record the whole process of manufacturing their drugs and the raw materials that they use for those drugs, and it's to kind of prove authenticity of what they make. And so that's what I'm going to be doing with Nutraceutical Finance. I'm going to be using NFTs to prove authenticity of every product that I make. So it's something new, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Great. Oh, speaking of the NFTs, you're about to launch yours, aren't you?
Yeah, they've been done for a while now, but we kind of put them to the side a little bit while we got the project going. Um, I had a whitelist up, but I took it down um, because we kind of wanted to see how the project was going after we launched. Now we're getting the staking for the Nutra tokens, and that will be live on Wednesday. And then we're gonna start with the NFT ecosystem that I'm gonna have. And my NFT ecosystem is going to not only be powered by the sales of the NFTs, but it's also going to be powered by the some of the revenue that I bring in through the products that we make. So it's pretty
Uh,
exciting.
yeah. Uh, I got to say uh, from here, I'm not part of Nutra. I'm an investor in Nutra. I love everything it stands for. I love everything that you're doing with the space, the utility you're bringing into crypto, and you mentioned staking. It's going live tomorrow,
Yeah.
and you want to explain staking to those that may not know exactly what that is?
So staking is it's kind of like we're a bank, and you kind of leave your tokens with us. And what that does is it gives you a percent on. So like you've heard of APY before, right? Like
Right.
when you stake your tokens, you get a bigger return on your investment basically when you unstake them. So we'll have like 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. And then we'll also do a year of staking. But I was reading the questions right here. Sorry, I didn't mean to. That's cool how they pop up. One of the guys asked if we have reflections for holding. No, we don't do reflections, but what we do is we offer Ethereum rewards. So if you hold the token, you get 4% rewards in Ethereum. But if you stake your coins, you don't get the Ethereum rewards. So what most people are going to do is they're going to stake half their tokens and then keep the other half so that they can receive the Ethereum rewards. And the other question, do you mean authenticity throughout the supply chain? What I mean is what it is when they use those NFTs to prove the authenticity of their drugs. It basically makes it so that nobody can copy their formula, and or because a lot of pharmaceutical companies out there, they have a patent with their formula, but a lot of people will try and make knockoffs and stuff like that. And what these NFTs do is they're kind of pegged to the drug that they make, and it just proves that drug is the authentic drug. It's kind of a hard concept to grasp, and I've been doing a lot of research on this. But since nutraceuticals aren't pharmaceuticals, basically anybody can make kind of like the same product. So what I'm going to do with my NFTs is I'm going to use them to prove more of the authenticity of the raw materials that I'll be using for these drugs. Kind of, if it's a kosher drug, then that'll be on the NFT. But that's kind of what I mean by authenticity. So nobody is going to be able to copy exactly my formula, because I'll be using the NFTs to kind of prove the authenticity of that drug, I guess, of that nutraceutical.
Right. One of the questions that was brought up to me about the 4% ETH rewards, which if people don't understand that, I've already, in the month that I've been in Nutra, I've probably around 15% of my investment back just in ETH rewards. So if they stake, uh, all the staking tokens from everybody will go into a pool where they draw staking rewards.
Yeah,
Will
so
that
it depends on the amount of tokens that you have. Yeah.
Yeah. Will that pull also? Will that pull that the tokens are in be drawing ETH rewards?
No, because the ETH rewards go off of your wallet. So your wallet has to connect to the reward system, to the DApp. And so if your tokens aren't in your wallet, if they're being staked, then you can't get rewards for the tokens that are staked. So that's why a lot of people will just stake half of them. That way they can use the other half for the ETH rewards.
Right. Okay. Now back to the utility, which I think is your strongest asset in all this. Uh, you're teaming up with other tokens, and you're providing white label service for them,
Mm-hmm.
which will go in turn and feed back into your ecosystem. Correct?
Yep. Yeah. So every formula that I do for Nutra, I offer that as a white label service, meaning that they can use my formula and I can make the product with their label on it. And that takes a lot of cost out of the equation. Because if you just go somewhere and somebody has to customize a formula for you and for your product, there's a big cost that comes with that. So being able to have it already done, and then I can just tweak it a little bit, like I can do a different flavor or something. It cuts the cost. It cuts the cost down a lot when you offer white label services. So I'll be doing that. Let's see, we got Yeti coin that we're gonna do that for. We got War Pigs that we're gonna do it for. We have another one that we're working with. We just got to get the contract signed between them. It's actually a pretty big meme coin. So, we've only been around for a month and we're already picking up other projects that we're going to do products for. So it's moving pretty good.
Yeah, I think here a while back when you were talking, you originally weren't going to launch a token. You were going to see if other tokens wanted to white label products.
Yep.
And you didn't get much attention. Now that you're a token, everybody's jumping on.
Yeah. Well, I just figured, it's, about 12% of the world invest in cryptocurrency. And so if your project's utility only pertains to people who invest in crypto, then you're missing out on, 88% of the world. So that's a lot of money that could be coming into crypto. So I thought, what would be a better way to bring in money than to make a supplement with your label on it? So before I started the project, I hit up a few different coins to see if they wanted something done. I tried to get a hold of the devs of Shiba Inu, and that didn't work out because I thought it'd be really cool to make like a children's chewable vitamin in the shape of little Shiba Inu coins. I think that would be cool to kind of like help your kids get to know what cryptocurrency is. But I wasn't able to get any of these projects to do it. So that's just why I started my own. I figured why not just, instead of trying to get out there and get all these projects to do it, because it's something that's, like I said earlier, it's never been done before. Like there's no projects out there trying to make nutraceutical supplements for tokens that are on the market right now. So since it's a concept that has never been done, a lot of the projects didn't really think that it would bring any value to their token. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't have any success before I started my project. But I have noticed there are a few projects out there that have supplements made with, in their label, like Koa Combat is one of them. They have some like pre-workout supplements. There's another token out there. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember seeing that it had a few supplements made. And, those projects understand the whole concept of doing this. I mean, when you put a product out there in the real world, I say the real world because, cryptocurrency is kind of its own little world. But when you put a product out there with your label on it, so people can see it and get familiar with your project, it not only does it bring new money in to crypto, but it also gets a lot of eyes on your label. So if somebody sees your product on one of the shelves at Walmart, they'll look at it and be like, oh, well, what's this? Oh, it's a cryptocurrency. Then they can read on the back, oh, there's your website. Like it's a dang good way to market your token. So some of the supplements that I've formulated, they've been on the shelves at Walmart. They've been on the shelves at Rite Aid, Walgreens, Amazon, gas stations. And so with the experience that I have and being able to come to these projects and say, hey, look, let's do this. We'll put your label on it. You can market it and put it on the stores at Walmart. It's a great way to, it's a great way to bring people into the crypto space.
Yeah, I think it's some awesome ideas. You could do like Mr. Beast, where you buy his chocolate bars and you could win a Tesla. You could put in some of the packaging. You just won 100 Nutra, because by then it's going to be way up there, so you don't want to give it away.
Yeah, actually, I remember, like, I don't know, like 15 years ago, I'd go to gas stations and I'd grab a Dr. Pepper and I'd twist off the cap, and you'd look on the cap and there'd be a code on it. Yeah, there'd be a code on it, and you would go onto their website, enter the code in, and you could win like a free soda, or you could win a trip to Hawaii, or you could win like $10,000. So I thought, why not? Let's do that with the products that we make. So the first product that I have coming out, we're not going to do that with. But the next product that we're going to do is a probiotic, and that will be in a bottle. So it'll have a cap. So we're thinking, let's do the exact same thing that Dr. Pepper did. Let's start putting prizes, like underneath the caps. Like people could win Nutra tokens. They could win an NFT. If we have enough money in our treasury by then, maybe we could do like a trip to Vegas or something. I don't know. There's just lots of ways that we can attract more people, because somebody buys, one of my probiotics, but they're not into cryptocurrency, and let's say they win, 50,000 Nutra tokens underneath the cap. They're going to log on, they're going to make a wallet, they're going to claim their tokens, and then they'll see those tokens grow in value, and it'll make them, hopefully they'll be like, oh, maybe I'll buy more. So there's just a lot of cool things that can be done with the supplements that we're going to make. Yeah.
I think the last AMA I heard with you, you were almost ready to start production on your first product. Have you started production?
Yeah. So the first product that I'm doing is it's a powdered energy drink mix. I mean, I'm in the health industry, so I kind of wanted to do an energy drink that would be kind of a more healthier energy drink. You can't imagine the stuff that's in Monsters and Rock Stars. I mean, they got like 36 grams of sugar. That's like 36 sugar cubes. I mean, would you drink a glass of 36 sugar cubes?
Yeah, really.
So I wanted to do an energy drink that was more healthier. So the way that I'm doing it, you just add it to a bottle of water, and it's got electrolytes in it, and it's got like caffeine, but it's all natural caffeine, like the kind you get from green tea. Yeah, there you go, right there. Kryptonite. I thought that would be a cool name, Kryptonite. And it's got caffeine from guarana seed extract. So it's a healthier energy drink. What I've done so far is there's two steps to the process of making this, and I have to granulate half of the blend before I can blend in all of the sweeteners and the flavors. But we've had a setback with the stick pack film. I've never, the whole time I've worked for my dad, I've never had to order stick pack film with the artwork on it. That's always been done by the customer. So this was my first time doing this. So we've had kind of a setback because every time we would send the art to the stick pack company to print it on the film, they would send it back saying we didn't do it right. So we've been held back probably 2.5 weeks. So we just sent it off the other day, and hopefully it'll only take a good week to get here. But by the time it gets here, I'll have everything ready to go, and I'll package it right up. So we've had a little setback, but I told the community when we launched that I would have the product done within 1 month, but no longer than 2 months. So it's been a month. So as long as I get it within this next few weeks, I think, we'll be right on schedule. What's up, Astro?
Yeah, there he is.
I'm
There
just
are
reading the comments.
always, if it's out of your control, chances are it's
Yeah.
going to hit you.
Yeah.
So it
We
happens.
got good community support.
So let's get back to the token. You initially launched, or were planning to launch, with 10 billion tokens. And
Mm-hmm.
because of some
Exactly.
pre-sale and seed sale things, you ended up
Yep.
burning 80% of your tokens right off the
Yeah.
bat.
Yeah. The reason why we did that is so usually when you use Pink Cell to do a pre-sale, you say for 1 ETH you get this amount of tokens, and that's based off of like the supply that you're going to launch your token with, and then usually they burn half the supply before they launch. Well, we use Pulo, and you can do it a different way with Pulo, but we just set a price at how much each token was. So our pre-sale, we got about 90 ETH worth, and we didn't sell that many tokens. So the supply that my wallet would have held, I would have held probably 75% of the supply. And people look at that and they're like, no way, he's got way too much control, like, over the supply. So we were just going to start it at 2 billion, which we should have done. This was my mistake, but I told him, I was like, nah, I told him I'd do a big burn. So let's just burn the tokens, and we'll start off with 2 billion. Now, when you burn a token, it doesn't do anything to the value of the other tokens. Everybody thinks that burning tokens will increase the value of the remaining tokens, and that's not the truth. It doesn't affect the price. It doesn't affect anything, because what you're doing is you're just taking those tokens and you're putting them in a wallet, a dead wallet. So that wallet is like a permanent diamond hand. You can't take them back, but they're still there. So it doesn't raise the value of any of these tokens. We did the burn before we airdropped the tokens that people had bought. So all it did basically was make me look like an idiot. So it didn't affect it didn't affect the value of any of them. It just, I should have just started the supply at 2 billion and just kept it at that. But I wanted to make sure that I always said I always did what I said I was going to do. So I told the community we were going to have a big burn. And I told the community we were going to start off at 10 billion. So we just took it from 10 billion to 2 billion. And so now the circulating supply is 2 billion. If you look on Dex Tools, it says 2 billion. So, yeah.
Well, you did a buyback and burn either last night or this morning.
Yep. So when you do a buyback and a burn, then that affects the price because you're buying tokens. So yeah, we did a buyback and burn yesterday. We're going to do another buyback and burn here probably in a week or two. We want to try and do a big buyback and burn at least every 10 days, just so that, we can always lift the floor a little bit, each time. So Yeah.
Where are those tokens? Where are the funds that you're buying back and burning? Is that the marketing wallet or?
Yeah. So we used some that was in the marketing wallet off the taxes. We had so when we launched, from when we launched up until now, we've been collecting a little bit in the marketing wallet, but we have a treasury wallet too. And so I thought, let's just take some money out of the treasury wallet and do a burn, So we've been around for a month, so we might as well do it. So that's where we got it from.
Right. Well, I burn on Gyro token. I'm burning 10% of the marketing wallet each month. So,
Oh,
and
nice.
the burn, the buyback is good for everybody, especially with the
Mhm.
ETH reflections you give, and of course I give reflections in the native token. But over time, the scarcity of those
Yeah.
tokens, that demand will increase and drive that price up as well. So a lot of people say burn does absolutely nothing, not immediately, but the long term effect is there.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take the tokens off the circulating supply. So yeah, supply and demand, I guess you could say. But when you but like how we did it, we didn't have anything in the market cap. We didn't have nothing in the liquidity. We just burnt the token. So when we did it like that, it didn't do anything to the supply. But when you burn something, like when you have an automatic mechanism, like each buy or whatever, each sell, since they're buying it, it affects the price a little bit. But I don't. So you're doing 10% every month. Is that what you said?
10% of the marketing wallet.
Of the market. Oh, of the marketing wall. Okay,
Right.
there you go.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't much. Our first month, it was a little over two BNB. So it was point, I think we burned point, or I bought 0.218. So, $60 worth or $50 worth,
Hey,
whatever.
it's something. I've
It,
noticed that your charts have been up lately. Good job.
it's been steady climbing. I'm blown away. People are holding it. I mean, there's not, you get in so cheap. It,
Mm-hmm.
yours is what, triple O six something,
Yeah,
mine 6 zeros. So you can get a lot of tokens really cheap, and I think people do see the value of holding it for a while. It's over 600% since launch.
nice.
So it's just been a steady climb because people are very few are selling. So that's been good. Uh, you're you had a seed sale, a private sale, and a public sale,
Mm-hmm.
and you on launch day you gave a third of the tokens, and then 30 days you give a third, 30 days you give a third. So all your seed holders, your pre-sale holders, all that. So you're going to have a lot of tokens coming into the market again tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do another. Our next airdrop is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see anything happening? Have y'all discussed
Uh,
the implications of that big dump? Not
well, I
not
mean,
dropping the token, but a big dump into the token supply.
oh, like, do I see anybody selling their tokens, or? I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, y'all anticipated one way or the other what may happen.
if I don't know, I think the people that so far we haven't had too many big dumps, which is good. That means most of them are holding. That means most of them believe in the project. I think with the um, with the partnerships that we have coming up, I think a lot of people are kind of just waiting to see what happens. So
Yeah.
hopefully, I think tomorrow, I think everything will go good. We're gonna have our staking live tomorrow, so hopefully a lot of those people put those tokens into the staking pool.
Which are you doing first? Are
I
you giving
think we'll
the
launch the staking platform first, and then and
okay?
that'll
I'm
let.
trying to make up my mind what I want to do. If I want to stake, or like you said, some of them are going to split the difference. And uh, but
I
yeah,
think
either way, I think Nutra is set up, and I think that's why you haven't had the sell-offs like so many do. People jump in, wait for it to go up 20, 30, 40%, and then they sell. It's not happening in your case because I think people that are getting into Nutra see the value of Nutra.
Yeah, I
And
think that's
what
yeah.
I don't think we touched on, we talked about you making the products. How is that going to benefit Nutra
Oh,
token holders?
that's a good question because I don't think I covered that.
We didn't.
So yeah, that's a good question. So yeah, that's the whole point of this. So the what we're doing is we're gonna come out with the products and we use the marketing wallet for that, the taxes for the buys and the sells. It's from the marketing slash product development wallet. And I'll make so like I'm gonna come out with the first product. I said I was gonna just give them all away because I kind of want to just saturate the whole crypto space with these stick packs so that everybody can see it, everybody can try it, and everybody can see the value of what we're doing. But I think I'm gonna just give away half of them and market and sell the other half because it's bringing revenue into the token. So it's a good way to bring in revenue. Where that revenue goes is it goes into a corporate wallet. That's what it's called. It's called a corporate wallet. So all this revenue is coming in from the sales and it goes into the corporate wallet. And then we decide as a team what we're going to do with that money. If we're going or what we're going to do with that ETH. If we're going to do buybacks and burns, which will, increase the value of the project. Whether we do, we could airdrop Ethereum to all the holders if we wanted to. We could do contests and we could do giveaways. Now, the reason why we're doing it like that is because if I guarantee my holders that I'm going to do some buybacks and burns with that revenue, if I guarantee that, that turns my token into a security. And we don't want our token to be considered a security. We want it to be considered a utility token. What we did is we brought a lawyer into the project, and it's the same lawyer that is that's on War Pigs.
I just saw that you had Nala listed on your.
Yeah, we got Nala on our website, and because the SEC is going to crack down on crypto, they're going to crack down hard. They're going to start hitting the exchanges, so they're cracking down on the exchanges right now. That's why you see a lot of things happening with these exchanges, is because I think they're trying just to get out because the SEC is cracking down hard, and then after that, they're going to projects, and they're going to come after the projects that are considered securities. So if you're a dev of a project and you're promising your holders, if you have it written on your website that we're going to do buybacks and burns, that turns your token into a security. So we're not promising anybody anything. That revenue is coming in from the products and it's going into our corporate wallet, and then it's just going to stay there. What we decide to do with it, we'll do, we'll either, like I said, we're going to do some buybacks, some burns, some contests, some giveaways, but we're not guaranteeing anything. And that keeps us safe. That keeps Nutra safe. Because if you're going to be a security, then you've got to register with the SEC. And we're not considered a security token. We're considered a utility token. If you look it up, there's 3 different kinds of tokens, and I can't remember what the third one's called. But there's a security token, a utility token, and then there's one more. I kind of forgot what it was called. But Nutra is a utility token. So all of that revenue stays in that wallet, and what we do with it is what we do with it. But everything that we do, whatever we do with that money that's in that wallet is going to benefit our holders. So it's kind of like an incentive to hold Nutra tokens. We could just one day airdrop Ethereum into everybody's wallet. One day we could airdrop, I don't know, $100 worth of Nutra tokens in everybody's wallet. Or we could do a buyback and burn. but we want to comply with the SEC. So you'll here within the next year, maybe 2023, you're going to see a lot of projects closing down, and a lot of projects will shut down because the SEC is going to hit them pretty hard. But Nutra is safe. We got a great lawyer working with us. She's a great lawyer. But yeah, and then when I make a product for another project, we'll have things in place to where they'll either buy a certain amount of Nutra tokens and burn them. We'll do something that will benefit Nutra too. So every project that we do, like with Yeti Coin with War Pigs, there's something that we're going to work out with those projects so that it benefits Nutra a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're going to do with the revenue that's generated from the sales. All of the revenue goes into that wallet. So nobody in the team makes anything off of that. The Nutra team, they all bought in on the pre-sale. So, we use some of the money, some of the taxes that goes into the marketing wallet. We use that to pay everybody off, to pay everybody on the team. But from the revenue from the products, no, everything goes into that corporate wallet.
Okay.
It is.
What
We don't have any exchanges yet. So just Uniswap. You can buy Nutra on Uniswap. Right now, we're trying to get on CoinMarketCap. We're going to do exchanges, but we're going to wait for the bigger exchanges. Like we're going to try and get onto like Binance or crypto.com. But all the other small exchanges, we're not going to worry about.
Exchanges are extremely expensive.
Yeah, they are.
With the new way of people just being able to go onto your site, like right now they can go onto gyrotoken.com if they've got, and you're on the
Yep.
Ethereum, I'm on the BNB. If they've got BNB in their wallet, they can buy Gyro right on my site. They
Yep.
just started today. In a couple of weeks, they'll be able to actually purchase Gyro token directly with the debit or credit card.
Yep.
Are exchanges on the way out?
I think the only good thing about exchanges is that it makes it, I don't know, I guess it makes it easier for people all over the world to buy your token. But again, you've got to be on those big exchanges like Binance. They get billions of dollars worth of volume a day, right? So Binance and crypto.com, those are two exchanges that I think are worth it. But all of the other small exchanges, you're right. You can just use your credit card or debit card and buy it on the website. Right. You'll see a lot more tokens doing that. You can buy Nutra through Uniswap on our website, and pretty soon, hopefully, Craig, our co-dev, they're doing the program or whatever where you can use your debit and credit card. So, I mean, exchanges, yeah, I don't think they're not what they're cracked up to be, I guess I could say.
Yeah, especially what they charge a token.
Yeah.
They've really taken advantage of tokens with their price.
Yeah.
Some are as much as 150,000 just to list with them.
So, yeah. I think Coinbase is like, I don't know. I think Coinbase is, last time I heard it was about 150,000. Binance is like 200,000. I'd rather use that 200,000 for something else.
Yeah, I like to reward all my holders with it. Or if I have 200,000, I'm putting that toward my charity.
Yep, exactly.
Put it into research and development and come up with a few new things to.
Exactly, $200,000 can go a long ways when it comes to products.
Okay, now you showed your energy powder. What's the next one on your list?
We're going to do a probiotic.
Okay.
And the reason I chose the probiotic is because I've already got the blend for it done. So I just have to, I'm going to package these stick packs, and then I'm going to hop right onto the probiotic. And And I already have the blend done. Like I said, I kind of had an opportunity and I took it. So it's gonna. My dad was he was doing a blend for another product, and this was like 3 or 4 months ago, and they didn't end up doing the project, and so the blend was just sitting there. And so I told him, I said, "Hey, let me take some of that blend and I'll make a probiotic." And he's like, "All right." So I'm going to be able to pick up some of that blend for a lot cheaper than what you would pay for it. So that's the reason why I chose the probiotic, is because we already got the blend done.
The advantages of having a family business.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's one of the things you can sell at a much lower rate because of the way you're doing this.
Yep.
You can undercut a lot of equal competition.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is that I work in R&D and research and development, and my lab is actually really big. I have everything in my lab that you need to make a product, because I have to do bench tops, I have to do pilots, I have to make sure that when we go into production that this product is going to work. So I have to be able to do the whole thing, at a smaller scale, just to test it out. So, I mean, I have a granulating machine, I have a blending machine, I have a tablet press that can pop out like 90,000 tablets in about 4 hours. But it's a smaller press because it's in my lab, but it's a tablet press. I have a coating pan in there. I can bottle pills in there, so I can do the whole process in my R&D lab. So my dad is allowing me to do that. So whatever product I do, I can do in my R&D lab, and I can do it for a lot cheaper because I'm the one doing it. I can do it from start to finish because, I mean, I've done this for 25 years. I've worked in every single department in my dad's company. So being able to manufacture the products myself in my R&D lab, I don't have to worry about putting it into production where all that extra cost comes on. So I'm able to make these products for cheaper than what somebody else could make them for, which means that I can sell them for cheaper, so I can beat out the competition.
Okay.
Nutra Beast, thank you, Nutra Beast.
It's I don't know.
$200,000 buyback. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, huh? $200,000 buyback.
I just about wipe out the supply.
I think if you did that, everybody would sell.
Yes, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because
Now,
they just
I'm holding. People can laugh and they can say, "Yeah, sure, whatever they want." I'm holding for $1, and then I'm going to see how fast it's climbing from there. But
right.
I'm holding for $1. And
hey, you know what?
you're going to get there very easily.
With what we've got planned, I mean, it's a possibility that it could hit $1, because that's just a $2 billion market cap. Now, that it does seem like a lot, but I think this next bull run, I think it's going to be pretty big. I mean, we had a really big bull run last year. ETH went up to like $4,800. What was it? Bitcoin went to 65,000.
Yeah, 65.
65,000, I think it was. And everybody's predicting that the next bull run, Bitcoin will hit 100,000. So if Bitcoin hits 100,000, that's just insane money that's coming in. So that means that this next bull run has to be at least twice as big as it was last year. And it's a possibility. And with what we're doing, with manufacturing these supplements, I mean, we're going to have our own line of supplements. Nutra will have its own line of fitness supplements. And we're also going to be building a couple of shops in the metaverse. And we're going to have all of our supplements in that shop, in that supplement shop. we'll have all of the supplements that we make for the other projects in that supplement shop. You'll be able to buy supplements there. The metaverse is going to be pretty big. When the metaverse, starts getting up to where where everybody, imagines it right now, I mean, that's huge, right? So being able to open up a supplement shop in the metaverse, like the metaverse's GNC, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be pretty big. So the possibilities of Nutra hitting $1, I mean, it's very possible.
Yeah, I don't think we can even conceive everything that the metaverse is going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, like that movie, Ready Player One. Have you seen Ready Player One?
It's been a while.
When you get a chance, watch Ready Player One, and that kind of gives you a visual of what what the metaverse could be. So if it ever reaches that kind of a potential, I mean, oh my gosh.
We're just seeing the tip right now. We're not, and that metaverse is growing. And
mm-hmm.
I don't know why it's going to be a competition for which metaverse draws you in.
Yep.
There's going to be so many of them. And I actually have plans for one that hopefully would blow all the other ones out of the water. But I'm going to keep my idea to myself till I board the right people.
Don't put it out on the internet just yet.
Oh, no. Maybe 2 people know what my plans are. But
hey, anything's possible, man.
Yeah. You get the right people with the right imagination that know how to code.
Yeah. Yep.
The developers. Yeah. It's going to be something else.
I wish I knew how to code. I have no idea. I can't even read it. Thank heavens I've got my code dev, Craig. He knows how to code. He's pretty good at it. Craig Brodsky.
So we've got anybody have any questions for Rodney about the Nutra token, his utility, how it all works, anything? That's why he's here. He's ready to answer your questions.
This is on, this is the first time I've seen this type of live stream. Usually it's, what's it called? StreamYard.
Oh, okay. Restream is the one I went with.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
what's the price per packet of mix looking like? So, if we do sell them for single packets, I think they'd be like $1 a packet. But what I'm going to do is so after this batch that we do in the next batch, I'm going to box them. So I'll put like 20 in a box and sell them that way. And I don't even know what the price will be yet. I haven't figured any of that out. I've been trying to get this first batch out so that we can start marketing these products.
So you're talking about a single pack, that would be in retail space, but if you do fulfillment, really they're going to want to buy a 30-day supply or something like that.
I think I think they'll sell faster if we box them up into 30 packs. I think it'll sell faster.
I do like the company I work for and sell them in packs of 24 a daily. So they have to order, get them on a month to month renewal.
Right.
In 24 days, the marketing people are very sharp.
That's a good idea.
They sell them in packs of 24 rather than 30. So they have to order. They get their monthly, but they have to order once in a while to make sure they don't run out.
Right. Make sure that's a good trick. We should do that.
All right. Let's see. Did I hit the right one?
Nope. Would you include the pharma industry in the future? So nutraceuticals and pharmaceuticals are really different. In order to manufacture pharmaceutical drugs, your factory has to be what would the word be? It's got to be a completely different factory because there's a lot of different laws and rules and like regulations that you have to follow. when it comes to nutraceuticals, like nutraceutical products don't have to be FDA approved, but pharmaceuticals do. So I don't see, like, maybe in the future down the road, if we ever got that big, maybe do some pharmaceuticals. I know that my dad, he does a few pharmaceuticals at our factory, but they're not anything. They're not anything like like big pharma, like the drugs that they make. Nothing like that. We've done like really more low grade pharmaceuticals. He has one drug right now that he owns the patent to, and it's a chewing gum, but the medication in the chewing gum heals ulcers. So like right now, if you have an ulcer, you have to buy medications that just cover it up, so you don't feel the pain. But he has a chewing gum that actually kills the ulcer from underneath. When you chew it, it goes into your stomach lining and hits the ulcer from underneath and kills it. Now he's had this patent for about 15 years. So about 10 years ago, we tried to manufacture it. We were going to start off in Mexico City. No, it was more than 15 years ago. 10 years ago. It was back in 2008. So this is like 18 years ago. But 2008 happened. Remember that big crash in 2008? So we actually had to shut that factory down, and he put that pharmaceutical, that patent that he has, he put that on the shelf. But just lately, I think like within the last 4 months, he's been running some tests on it at our factory now. So if he ever decides to put that into full production, I'm going to have Nutra invest in it, because if he starts manufacturing that, and that the revenue from that alone would be millions. So that would be like one pharmaceutical drug, I think, that I would have Nutra be involved in. Other than that, it's just going to be supplements. They're a lot easier to
Less restrictive.
Yeah.
Back to the token.
Geez, you know what? That will be a question you'll have to ask for Craig. You'll have to ask Craig that question. He's the guy to talk to about the staking. We just decided to do the staking within like the last 3 days, so we've kind of rushed everything. But yeah, that's something you'll have to ask Craig.
You buy 24 or 30 pack.
There you go. They're good, man. I drink them all the time at work. They're watermelon flavor. They're pretty good.
And what would we be without this question?
When Lambo. That's right. It's in about a month.
Yeah. Somebody's got to ask. So Astro had to jump in there and be the first one. All right.
He's a good guy.
Well, we've been close to an hour, Rodney. I think we got the message across. Any closing remarks?
Invest in Nutra. And if you are already an investor, stake your tokens tomorrow. That would be the smartest decision you can make.
Enjoy those ETH reflections. I know I am. But I'm thankful. I don't even know how I found out about Nutra in the beginning during the pre-launch. Probably saw something on Twitter and started looking at it. And I'm glad that I've been able to get involved as an investor. I think anybody that's involved, regardless of the level, you're a winner.
You got to think about it, man. 4% rewards back in Ethereum. You're going to get your money back if you hold. No matter what, you'll get your money back. You'll get your initial investment back if you hold. I mean, it's with more volume coming in, with the more partnerships that we do, I mean, if you're in now, you're set. because by the time the bull run hits and the market's just going crazy and we're getting 500,000 in a day in volume, I mean, those reflections are going to go nuts. So whoever is in now, you're going to be happy that you were in.
Yep. And we'll have our airdrops by the end.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah, I'm anxious
You'll have your full bag.
for you to be doing 100,000 a day in volume. That would be incredible.
And you know what? That's like in the bull run, that would be like a bad day.
Yes.
So and we're the only token that's doing this. There's no other token doing this.
No, and as an investor, I'll make my money back in ETH reflections in probably the first 3 months or so.
Yeah,
Now my investment's paid for. Actually, like I did today, I took my ETH reflections, went ahead and tried it. It worked. Thank you, Craig, for getting that fixed. And I just put it right back into Nutra, and I'm going to do that once a month, and I'll see how big I can grow my bag.
Well, and this is the thing, like, that your investment's safe with us. I mean, there's so many projects out there that they won't let their devs, the devs won't show their face. So any project where the dev is showing their face and is active with the community and everything's doxed, it's a safe investment, right? So, I mean, you can do Deegan plays all you want, but go with the projects that are doxed. I mean, you can't lose with that.
Yeah, and there are some with my other business, and we're live on that YouTube channel. I keep them updated on an investment outside of crypto, and a lot of them are quite a bit older. They have no idea about crypto. They don't want to learn about crypto. Some of them were going to support. Some of them did, but others that wanted to support what I was doing with Jira, it was just too confusing for them. But I think they would want to learn even faster if they could see like the staking. They're making 0.1 or magically with the higher interest rates. I think now you can make 0.2, 0.25 interest annually, where with staking, when you launch tomorrow, it's probably going to be several 100%.
Yeah.
It's going to drop as more and more stake, but I've been in mining since March. I think I started my first staking. I started doing maybe in 1st of April. It's at 20 something percent because there's so much in it, so many staking it's actually Koa. And
okay.
That was my very first staking experience. And I staked for 6 months. It was up well over 100%, and it's just gradually dropped because so much is in it. But still, you're talking 20% as opposed to 0.2%.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the money that can be made with it is just phenomenal compared.
A lot more than if it was in a bank, right?
That's right. Yep. Or even a money market, anything to do with banks. They're using so much of your money to keep them making more money. It's all about them making money and giving you the crumbs. With crypto, you get to eat the meal.
Yep, exactly. You can make a lot more in crypto than you can without. Let's give a shout out. What's up? That's right. Moon soon. Nutra.
Yep. I think I'm excited to be a part of it. I thank you for being my guinea pig on my first AMA.
Hey, thank you for inviting me.
Stream. So I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. You got AMAs all week, right? When's your next one?
All week. Tomorrow.
And
tomorrow it's an AMA with Jonathan from War Pigs. It's I can't remember who the AMA is with. And then I have another one on Thursday. I have it all written on my phone.
Yeah, all of us with Nutra, War Pigs, Jira, Koa Combat.
And I have one with Koa. That's right.
Is on Friday evening.
Yeah, that one's Friday, right? Let me see.
I hope y'all can join us on Tuesday. We've got War Pigs on Tuesday here. on
Oh,
this
you do?
streaming
Nice.
service. So, and I want to continue to share the tokens that not only I support, but I believe strongly in. And I think everyone that he's got, of course, Bolix hasn't launched yet, but I'll be involved with them as well. What Jonathan is doing is phenomenal. And I'm
You're a
not,
smart guy.
told him earlier today, I still don't understand the syndication thing. And he was just so busy, he didn't have a chance to explain it. But I just know with him, with you being involved, I want Gyra involved. And
Right.
just, yeah, the crypto space, I think the more that we surround ourselves with quality tokens, viable tokens, tokens that are going to be here when all the regulations hit, those
Yep.
are the ones that we need to support each other.
Yeah, for reals we do. You know, stick with the winners and you'll always win.
That's right.
Thanks, Hollywood. Appreciate it. She's
She's
cool.
right.
We got a pretty good community.
Yeah, you're extremely active on Telegram. I
Yeah.
don't. It's rare you go more than a few hours. We see you post. You're active there. Anybody can get with you at any time. I've bugged you more than once in a DM, and you always respond. You may be busy. It may take you a day, but you're going to respond.
Yeah.
So
Got it, man. Got to be transparent with the community. It's very important.
yeah, it's it just shows that you're not hiding behind anything. You're out there. You're available. I mean, that's
Exactly.
definitely there's no rug pull here. Not even the
Right.
slightest. Yeah,
I couldn't if I wanted to. I mean, we launched with Defiant. You know, they're in charge of our contract. So I mean, I couldn't rug the token if I wanted to.
now, y'all haven't renounced the contract though, right?
No, we keep it open because when you want to get on the big exchanges, you can't have high taxes like what we got right now, the 10% buy and sell. So we're going to have to lower the taxes down to, I think the highest you can have is like 2%
Oh wow.
if you want to get on the big exchanges. So we left the contract open in case that happens, you know, a little bit farther down the road, we'll lower the taxes. I mean, it's any business would, so like if you have a good thriving business, you're going to want to be able to make changes in the future, right? So if we renounced the contract and locked it, we wouldn't be able to make any kind of changes. So we wouldn't be able to get on the big exchanges. We wouldn't be able to lower taxes farther down the road when we're doing better. You know what I mean? So we wanted to make sure that we're flexible with what we do.
Yeah, I actually renounced mine, thinking that that was everything you saw for several months was if they don't renounce the contract, don't invest, don't invest. And
Yeah, that's
it took me until after I renounced it that I realized, wait a minute, that's not quite right. But
yeah.
we'll manage and we'll still thrive even though our contract is renounced. But
You'll do good.
yeah, I just didn't want people thinking that I was going to be up to anything. I got to show them. So we renounced like the second day after we launched and locked the liquidity. Did everything I thought I was supposed to look for in a token. But yeah, you're doing the right thing. You've got to be able to be flexible. I mean, you can look at what happened to the other token. I think that we both know which one I'm talking about, and they had to
Mhm.
come out with a V2. So anytime you do something and you lock yourself away, you stand a chance of having to go to the expense of relaunching.
Yep.
So you're saving yourself a lot of aggravation because there may be something coming in the next 3, 6, 8 months, 10 months, a year. You think, wow, I've got to do this. And if you renounced the contract, you wouldn't be able to. So
Yep.
smart move. Don't let anybody talk you into renouncing the contract.
Exactly.
I think I talked myself into it. I just thought I've got to do everything so everybody knows this is a solid token. And then, you
Yeah.
know, it hasn't backfired. I mean, we've got a
Well, I mean,
sell.
I'm sure, you know, renounce or if you renounce your contract, it's not the end of the world. I mean, there's so many projects out there that have done amazing and their contracts are announced. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it just, it leaves it open in case you want to do certain things. But
Right. Yeah, I think it's just a decision. We just have to live with that decision. And I think you're making the right one. You've given yourself the flexibility. I think you've built enough trust already that people aren't worried about that with you.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I think that's about all of the questions. And I have to agree with that one. Yeah.
Too funny.
Best team out there. There's no doubt that, yeah, in the tax holidays, she mentioned 11 tax holidays, you have that flexibility to say, hey, no tax for
Yep.
the next week on buys. And it creates, or the intention is to create a lot more buys. And
yeah, people like seeing no taxes.
oh, yeah. All right. I don't think I missed any questions. If I did, guys, I'm sorry. We'll do another one, Rodney, in a month or so, or whenever you're ready, and
Anytime.
keep everybody informed. I appreciate you taking the time, and I hope everybody will subscribe to the Clatter channel. We're going to be bringing a lot more quality tokens to you, and I'm also going to work to display some of the shadier side in crypto. I'm working on that now. There's some people that jump from token to token and
Mm-hmm.
with the full intent of taking people for their money. And
Yep.
I'm going to highlight as many of those as I can find so that when if they won't dox themselves, if they won't show you who they are, that
Exactly.
should be sign number one to start with. But when they do, you need to know, has that person been involved in other shady actions in the past? And
Yeah.
we've got to clean the space up.
It needs it.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure needs it.
All right, sir. We'll end here, and I'll look forward
Thank
to
you very
talking to
much.
y'all again on Friday during the
Thanks.
COA Combat AMA.
Heck yeah.
All right,
I'm
sir.
excited. Thanks for
Thank
having me.
everybody for viewing. I appreciate you giving me the time to let me share our first AMA. That's
Yeah.
one that you've got the record for, right? Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a good one.
Everybody take care.
You too.